What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Games Up podcast. I am here. My name is Cameron McCulloch-Keeble. I will be your host today, and I am joined by the one and only Mr. Lewis Crawford.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, it's all right, huh? And, of course, the other one and only Mr. Peter Clark.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm very well.
Good? You had a good week?
Yeah.
Cool. Fair enough, then. I will never work at things. So, we're missing a person, of course, though, however. We are missing the one and only Mr. Lawrence Titley. He is not here. He's in a different place. But if ever there was a reason to miss a podcast, he had a pretty good one. So I think we'd like to say, before we start, I speak on behalf of all of us when I say congratulations, Lawrence, to your brother, who got married this weekend. Woo! Mike, I don't see you clapping. There we go. We'd like to wish you all the happiness and health and wonderfulness in the world. We hope you have a wonderful time. Congratulations again. So, shall we get straight down to it?
Yeah.
Cool. We have 24 headlines this week.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, you sound so excited. All right, shall we get down to it?
Yes, go.
Headline number 1, a Pokemon game is coming to iPad.
Really?
But it's not the Pokemon game that everyone wants. It's a trading card game. No, I joke, actually. Trading card games of Hearthstone and...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they've been really good. Pokemon, the trading card game online, best title this week, is coming to iOS devices. Not sure about Android devices, but we have no word on pricing or release dates at the minute, so that is kind of all we know about that one.
That's quite interesting, actually. I mean, I remember hearing something about them doing this, but Nintendo, it's odd for them to go off of their own.
Yeah. They haven't embraced mobile
their...
yet. This could be a step in a good direction for them.
Yeah, possibly.
Cool.
Or not.
Second one?
Yeah.
Speaking of Hearthstone, Blizzard is increasing subscription pricing in the UK for their thing, World of Warcraft. That's
what
it.
It's called.
Yep.
Well, it's going back not to be free to play anymore.
Oh, it wasn't free to play. It was only free to play for the first 20 levels or something.
Oh.
Cool.
Like that.
The subscription price is going from $8.99 a month to $9.99 a month, and if you get it £3 for 3 months, it's £3 more. 6 months, it's 6 months more, so on and so forth. Yeah. However, if you have an auto-renewing subscription, you will be getting a price lock-in for the next 2 years. So you only have to pay the current price.
Oh, that's nice.
Cool.
Fair enough.
Quickly buy your accounts now.
Interesting. It's World of Warcraft has been losing a lot of subscribers recently.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing going on there.
Well, it'll have to die eventually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's been going for what, 10?
Well,
10
you
years?
say that, but how long is there are big MMOs that have been around for about that time and are still just as popular. Yeah. So it could keep going. They just need a good regeneration of it. Yeah, we'll see. Number 3, the latest update for the Xbox One has been released. The update packs such features as 3D Blu-ray play, which is fairly cool. Don't laugh. I like watching 3D Blu-rays.
What, on your 3D TV?
Yeah.
That you've got.
You've got. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't lie. Yes. 3D Blu-ray, a low battery pop-up notification so that you never lose midway, and the ability to purchase. Useful. Yeah, that is cool.
Was that for the controller or?
For the controller.
And they didn't used to have it, if I recall correctly, and I was paying Titanfall.
The little flashy thing just didn't
Bad things happened.
Yeah.
Bad things happened. And the ability to purchase games on smart glass on mobile devices. Meaning that you can buy them. I could buy a game here on Smart Glass and play it when I get home.
Cool.
In related news, as of the release of Madden 15, the Xbox One now supports preloading, meaning that you can buy and download an entire game so that it's ready to play the second it launches on its release day, rather than having to buy it on release day and download it that day.
That's a good feature.
It's a cool feature.
If it's implemented well. Steam has that, but sometimes they have a habit of not releasing on time.
I've never preloaded a game on Steam.
I've only done it once.
What did you do?
Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh,
but obviously, as it's a Valve game, it was on Valve time.
Yeah.
Which meant that it was released. It was meant to be released a day earlier for all the people that pre-ordered it, and then something like 12 hours into that day, it was released.
Nice.
Valve time, the time of Mars.
Yeah.
Number 4. The creator of Minecraft, Notch, has publicly said that he is over the Oculus buyout of Facebook. The Facebook buyout of Oculus. Oculus didn't buy Facebook.
You sure?
Well, though he did not announce anything regarding the seemingly cancelled Minecraft Oculus edition, which is cool. John Carmack, maker of Doom, we talked about him last week in the new project.
Not Doom.
Yes, not Doom. John Carmack tweeted him in response, offering to take the source code and port it to the Oculus Rift if nobody else will. So who knows? Maybe his next project will turn out to be Minecraft. Doomcraft. Number 5. Destiny's writer Joshua Rubin has left Bungie just weeks before the game is supposed to ship.
Oh, okay.
But he's left for greener pastures. The writer has left the studio in order to move over to Telltale to write their Game of Thrones game.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Still no more ideas about what that game is when it's coming out. Cool that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Number 6, Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship
Guacamelee.
Edition is now available on Steam.
Nice.
It was available on the...
What game do I have?
You have the regular edition, as
Yeah.
do I have. Speaking of the regular edition, it features a 66% price cut if you have the regular edition on Steam, so you can just upgrade to it.
Okay.
Ah.
That's cool.
Great game.
Very good game.
Drinkbox Studios are fantastic. Looking forward to what they do next. Number 7, reviews for Metro Redux,
Redux, isn't it?
Redux?
Yeah,
feel like it
Redux.
Okay. Reviews for Metro Redux have been coming in the past week, and the game is being highly praised for its new fancy shiny upgrades. Metacritic scores, though please do not take Metacritic scores as
yeah.
gospel. Just
Please
look at them
don't.
as a sort of ballpark of where reviews are, and
Yeah.
aside from that. Metacritic scores have been coming in. They are currently standing at 87% of 100 for Xbox One and 82 for PlayStation 4.
Ah.
Cool.
Okay.
Number 8, Atari is reimagining 2 horror franchises for the PC this year. Haunted House and Alone in the Dark will both be getting a new iteration on PC sometime later this year, though what reimagining is, we don't know. It could be an HD remaster, it could be a reboot, it could be anything. So
Well,
a
they
new
already rebooted Alone in the Dark, so...
could be a
could be
reboot.
reboot.
So something, a new iteration of something is coming for both of those franchises this year. What it is, we don't know.
Alone in the dim. It's not quite dark yet.
Alone in the blackness.
In the blackness.
The deep blackness.
The darkness.
Wow. Number 9, Resident Evil Revelations is getting a sequel in the form of Resident Evil Revelations 2.
Ah,
Oh.
what a original name.
I know. It was found out in a leak. So, as of now, we're unsure what platforms it was. Although, interestingly, the leak focused on Xbox 360, so this is perhaps a previous gen game.
Oh, interesting.
Capcom have been asked for a statement, and their statement was that the company has made no official announcements as of yet.
Like a typical Capcom.
It will end up being on Wii.
Yeah.
It will. It'll be a Wii only game. That seems to happen a lot with them.
Yeah.
Number 10, an analyst has suggested that 92% of all PC game sales are digital.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean, I haven't even seen a PC game in a store for a long time.
I bought a physical PC game about a month ago.
What?
That's
Yep.
a bold claim.
The only ones that are, as far as I...
The Dawn of Wars.
No. What I was going to say is, like, you get the really old games which are like point-and-click adventures.
Yeah.
Or you get, or you get Rome Total War 1.
Yeah, the Total Wars or the Dawn of Wars.
Or it's an MMO, like,
Yeah.
you get World of Warcraft, like, packs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, special editions of those. But I haven't seen PC games in
What
stores
was
for
the
a long
last
time.
game you bought? You're a PC
Yeah.
primarily player, we should explain. So
Yeah.
what was the last game you bought physically?
Oh, that's just really tough. It's probably going to be like Dawn of War, like 10 years ago or something.
Wow.
So
Have you? So what have you been? Have you been on Steam that long then?
Well, I've always been buying Steam and Humble Bundle. And to be
Humble
honest,
Bundle.
2 years ago, I didn't have more than about 3 games. So,
Nice.
you know,
Nice.
my 200 or so collection now is just loads and loads of Humble Bundles.
Oh, I can't imagine how sore your wallet must be.
It's okay. It's just about okay.
As we're saying, this isn't really much of a surprise considering the fantastic job that Valve has done creating the consumer-based, stunning Steam ecosystem. It's the best place to play games.
Origins
It's-
are actually apparently catching up.
It is. Origins catchphrase should be, "Hey, we're still not Uplay."
Yeah, that's true. They're doing quite well because they keep doing these like free for X number of hours.
Now we have a
Things.
headline about that, so keep it still,
oh.
please. Hold it down.
Hold it down, boy.
Number 11, Sony-owned developer Sucker Punch, responsible for the infamous games, of course,
Oh, yeah.
has recently suffered layoffs.
Oh.
It's possible that this is due to them finishing the DLC for Second Son, which is called First Light, and it's part of the sort of cycle of hire and release for the next project. Either way, whatever it is, we hope that the people involved have the best of luck in getting new employment and have a wonderful time and all that kind of stuff. Good luck to you all. You all deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
I've played Second Son.
Oh,
Yeah?
Yep.
I haven't.
It's fairly good.
I haven't either.
I played it at EGX in March.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
What? What's that? What's that? What's that?
I don't know.
Thanks.
Oh,
yeah. You going and checking out
Going
games
to the
as
buildings
though
with
you're
the things
interested in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I played it at EGX. It's fine.
Cool.
It's cool.
Cool.
I think I prefer Infamous 1, but it's really
I
good.
liked Infamous 1.
I've only played Infamous 1.
I like the jumping on
the
rails.
rails.
That's
Yeah, that's
a
fun.
really cool system to me, and I'm interested to see how that works in things like Overdrive.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that. Number 12, UK-based developer Codemaster. Codemasters. No, I have to give out I have to give here a shout out to my tutor Jay Patel. Used to work with Codemasters.
Oh, okay.
You're awesome. They have teased their next game in the Dirt Racing franchise.
Was it Gravel?
The game was teased when a single tweet was put out simply saying the number 4.
Oh.
4.
There you go.
That's interesting. Wait, so are they the one... They do the Dirt series, did you say?
Yeah.
Or what is that?
Yeah, they do Dirt.
Did.
Do they also do all the other games that are like Dirt? Because I'm pretty sure it's
All
the
the
Dirt
other
series.
racing games.
Well, no, there's like a series of games that there's like Dirt, then there's like Grid or something. I can't remember what they're called.
Pure was done by
Like Grid
Disney, I think.
Autosport and
There's a few of them that are like almost identical styled games, but in different scenarios.
I'm on the internet. Hold on.
Have a
I'll
look.
find out.
Because I'm pretty sure I remember this. Because like Dirt is almost entirely similar to a different racing game, so much so they're probably on the same like exact engine, but in a different scenario.
Is it possible that they're just two racing games developed on the same engine?
Possible, but it's got the whole. I'm pretty sure Dirt has this like. They have this idea where they have like you have a trail that you can follow.
Yeah.
And like, as it goes red, it means you need to slow down, and if it's green, it means you're going at good speed. But that's also copied in a few other games.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure they're by the same
There's
group.
Toka Racing Driver?
Maybe.
Race Driver 2006.
I don't know. I just
There's
remember.
the Formula 1 games.
Yeah, I think there's a Formula 1 one as well.
Formula 1, I think I remember it having that system.
I don't know. I feel I remember something about it.
Grid 2.
Yeah, I think it's Grid. I think it's Grid.
They do Grid.
Grid and Dirt are like they're almost identical games, but
Mm.
one's in a urban and one's in a.
Yeah. There you go.
Dirt.
I've learned something today.
There you go.
There you go. Dirtful.
Dirt 4.
Yep, cool. See, now you confused me. I had to look down at the paper. I was like, is it Grid? Is it Dirt? What am I writing? Yeah. Dirtful. There you go. Number 13. A recent survey of developers has shown which of all the various video game companies developers would most like to work for.
Valve.
Of course, Valve came out on top.
Yeah. I know about this.
Interestingly, though, I found here is that Valve came above making your own company.
Oh.
Well,
So Valve, championer of indie games, is more popular than indie
being
games.
an indie game.
Despite the fact that they haven't released something in how many years? I'm joking. We know they release things frequently. We're just making a
Whatever they
joke.
release is always good. Usually.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever played.
they have very high standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 14. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, Valve. Yeah, at the end of number 13, Valve are very well known for their interesting strategy of.
Socialism.
Yeah, pretty much. Their interesting strategy towards business management and employee management and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they have amazing holidays every year. Number 14, Minecraft for PlayStation 4 has failed its testing stage.
Oh.
The game is being given back to the developers to fix whatever issues caused it to fail in the first place. Interestingly, though, it is the first of the new-gen versions of the game and Vita to be handed over for testing stages, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that game anytime soon.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting. I'm going to predict here that we're going to see new-gen copies of the game, Xbox One and PS4 in October, and Vita in November.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll hold you to it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you do. Number 15.
The yawns, they come back again.
Shut up. Number 15. The white PS4 is getting a matching white controller charging stand. So for those people who want to go and buy you're looking at me as if to say this isn't news.
Oh, you can have the thing, but it's white now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
It's
people
completely different.
But
Sorry.
it's got a new
Yeah,
hat.
mister.
some people prefer that, Mr. I've got a lighty up computer box.
Just so that, for reference here, Cameron is only interested in the Xbox One now that it comes in white.
Comes with Sunset Overdrive.
Firstly, shut your face. Secondly, I'm not only interested that it comes in white. I don't like the black design as much as I like the white design. I'm interested in both consoles. I'm an Xbox person primarily.
Comes with a hat. But it's got a hat.
It's a white hat.
It's a white hat.
You're the two people who play Team Fortress. Come on.
No.
Number 16. Numbers have been released announcing how Gamescom affected pre-orders for games. The biggest shift in the numbers is for a game called Project CARS, or Project Cars, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Can't say I've ever heard of it, if I'm honest.
That's news to me.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
The Project Cars saw a 42% increase in pre-orders.
Yay.
The second... What?
Yay.
Why not?
Is that just what we put in when we don't know what else to sell?
Yeah. It's like, yay, maybe? Is that a good thing? I don't know.
The second biggest shift was Rise of the Tomb Raider, which saw a 30% increase in pre-orders.
It's just me looking sad.
Yeah. It's coming to PC. And the third shift was Bloodborne, which saw a 16% increase.
Oh.
Cool. Number 17. It is possible that Microsoft is revealing Windows 9 next month.
Yeah. No. I think you'll be okay.
Is there anything you're happy
like
about?
Windows
It's an odd-
8.5?
It's an odd-numbered Windows, therefore it's going to be good.
I've not had a problem with Windows 8 since I've got my
I have Windows 8.
I hate Windows 8.
What's the
It's
problem?
it's okay if you edit it a little bit so you can change a few things.
But
with
that's the point. It shouldn't be like it's a UI. You shouldn't have to edit it.
Yeah.
The problem I
You don't
found
have
with
to
it
do
is
too
that
much.
it's laid out like a tablet for a PC.
Oh,
That is true,
yeah,
that is
okay.
true.
I'm sure it would work great on a tablet.
Yeah.
I don't use it on a tablet.
You can change a lot of things, I think, if you have 8.1. But I don't know about 8.
Yeah,
I
I
just
know
use
that.
the desktop screen
I know
all
that
the time.
8.1 is a big like upgrade on it.
Yeah, because like there's a lot of things that are annoying is when you have to turn on your computer and it comes up with this screen and you've got to log in and or you've
yeah,
got
yeah,
to
yeah.
click on your
Yeah.
face and then click on desktop and all this stuff. But you can skip all that
Okay.
with a few things. But Windows 9 looks like it's going to kind of be good because they're going to separate. As far as I can tell, I think I remember reading something about it. Is they within Windows 8 they tried to make an all-in-one OS,
Yeah.
so you can have your tablet, your desktop, your phone, even. I don't know. Whereas
Xbox.
Windows, actually.
Yeah.
Whereas Windows 9 is meant to be there, hopefully going to separate it out again. It's rumored,
Okay.
but what it means is that hopefully they're going to build like a just for tablets,
That's cool.
that would be good.
Yeah.
But they're going to change things like Windows 8 had these like you have to have Word in this full screen layout,
Yeah.
or you have to have each program using a full screen weird layout, and they changed that. So they're going to be in like Windows, like everything else,
Yeah.
because it's Windows. Things come in Windows.
I'm gonna stop you before you can dig a hole any further. There you go. Number 18. You talked about it earlier. Titanfall is back on Origin Game Time. Origin Game Time is a scheme that Origin runs where they give you access to a game for free for however many hours.
From when you start playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 2 days worth of Titanfall for free. The downside is you have to use Origin, but Origin is getting better, so use it. It's great. Go pick it up. It's totally free. Why wouldn't you?
I think I've got Plants vs Zombies on there.
Yeah,
I
Garden
want to
Warfare.
play because I want to play Garden Warfare. I want to get it eventually.
Yeah.
I
want it to be cheap.
So I will go free. I've played Garden Warfare and it's pretty good, but I get the feeling it doesn't have a lot of lasting appeal.
Well, it's possible. I mean, I watched all the YouTube streams of people playing it when it first kind of hit the beta stage. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
released at that
Yeah.
point. And then since then, there hasn't really been much of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't have as much lasting appeal. I'll play it at some point.
Yeah.
I've got 72 hours worth, so I have to wait. So I have 3 days where I don't have to do anything. I can just blaze through it. All right.
Number 19. This isn't technically 19. I've only written down 23, but there are 24. So I'm going to say 18B so that I
Okay.
don't confuse myself. Number 18B. The developers of No Man's Sky, Hello Games, have announced that the sun will burn out before anybody fully gets to see all of No Man's Sky. Do you guys know what No Man's Sky is?
No.
So,
No.
No
This
Man's
seems
Sky is a procedurally generated universe
Okay.
Okay.
where it's like Mass Effect, where you go planet hopping from planet to planet.
like in the main game, the world would end before you've seen the whole.
No.
No,
It means
in
real
the
life.
real world,
Oh,
the sun is going to
so we'd
burn
all
out.
be dead
Yeah,
before
yeah.
No Man's Sky.
It's
is
like
finished.
the planet hopping bit of Mass Effect, in that you have to try and get to the center of the galaxy by planet hopping, discovering things on these planets that nobody else has seen, and then upgrading your ship. But the way that they've been using a 64-bit number to do this procedural generation, meaning that if they get the amount of players playing it that they hope they do, which means more procedural generation, the sun will burn out before anybody has seen everything that's procedurally generated in that game.
That's interesting.
The last man on Earth finally sees the center of the galaxy and then just.
Yeah, that looks. I can't wait for that game. It looks incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely serious. If you get a chance, go on YouTube and check it out. It looks gorgeous.
Okay.
And it's coming from the people who did Joe Danger.
Yeah.
It's basically the people who made Joe Danger are doing Mass Effect, kind of.
That's interesting.
And it's ridiculous. They're like making it out of a basement in London. It's absurd. It's stunning.
Interesting.
I like it, basically. Number 19, actual number 19. Hideo Kojima has revealed why the name 7780 Studios was chosen for the Silent Hills demo. Try and follow me with this one, right? 7780 is the postcode of the Shizuoka. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Shizuoka, whatever.
Yeah.
Shizuoka region in Japan, which translates roughly to Quiet Hill. So the area gained a nickname, Silent Hill, in Japan. If you put an S on the end of 7780 Studios, Silent Hills.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go.
That's awesome.
He's been playing us from day one. Number 20, Phil Fish has been the victim of a hacking campaign after taking to Twitter to support Depression Quest developer Zoe Quinn, who has been fairly a topic of great debate over the past few weeks in the gaming industry. As a result, Phil Fish is selling off the rights to both his indie game Fez and his entire company because he was attacked so badly his details were put online.
That's actually really good. In a bad way.
What?
Well,
in a way that we might get Fez too.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that I thought. But I think it's fair to say, Phil Fish, you can be a bit of a... In fact, no, you are and have been acting like a bit of a douchebag, but nobody deserves this. So we want to wish you the best of luck in your future endeavours and everything you do. Perhaps you will come back to video games one day, and we hope that the people responsible for this are somehow caught and put to the justice they deserve.
Yes.
Good. Number 21, in this past week, the Legend of Zelda series has turned 27, making it 7 years older than anyone in this room.
very true.
Number 22, Ubisoft has apologised for a tweet that was released about Mario Kart 8. The tweet attacked the Mercedes cars placement, the Mercedes-Benz DLC that was coming from Mario Kart 8.
I didn't know about this.
Yep.
But
It's a thing.
Well, they've all got Merc logos on their carts.
No, they're driving in little Mercedes-Benz.
That's funny.
It's since been removed and apologised for. Number 23, the biggest piece of news this week, the most important piece of news in a fairly long while, I'd say, for gaming as a whole. Both the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live have been subject to attacks by hackers. Both have been subject to a DDoS attack.
Yeah.
The same hackers went as far as to then start a bomb threat on a plane that the Sony Online executive's flight was on. The flight was grounded. Xbox Live has managed to get some services back online, signing in and so forth, but core services like online gaming with friends is still affected. PlayStation Network was set to undergo maintenance today, so they caught it before it went into maintenance, so I'm not sure personally if it has been recovered or fixed. It's still offline as far as I'm aware. Either way, I think we can safely say that we hope anybody involved with fixing these services does so quickly and in a safe manner.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to you on this. You're a PC person. As far as I'm aware, a DDoS attack is just a denial of service.
Yes, but the way it usually comes about is, you have essentially, you try and ping us. Okay, wait, I'm going to try to be really basic. You try and overload a server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot of the time. I think there are other ways of doing it, but most of the time what you do is like you make the server so busy that it just crumbles. Crashes.
What I'm gaining from this, though, is because it's a denial of service, a DDoS attack, I don't think anything is at risk.
Shouldn't be.
If it's just a DDoS attack, I don't think it's like the hacking move to.
It shouldn't be, because I'm pretty sure that all it does is it just means that no one can access it.
It just blocks off the internet device from the devices trying to use it. My favourite tweet of the week, though, was, the Kaz Harai fake Twitter account.
Yeah.
His tweet regarding this was, now available on PlayStation, the 2011 PSN outage remaster. Just like the outage of 2011, but in 1080p and 60 frames a second.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's really sucks. So basically, we think it's just a denial of service at the minute, so nothing should be at risk. But I personally am keeping my Xbox Live account and stuff off until I know what has happened and if anything's at risk.
Okay.
I'm not going to log into a damaged server just to be safe.
Yeah.
So, there you go. That, ladies and gentlemen, was the headlines of the week, and for the first time, we went a minute and a bit over.
Yay!
Cool. How's everybody doing this week?
I'm good.
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Cool. Everybody been enjoying their gaming?
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot.
So then, gentlemen, the two gentlemen, who has the topic of the week?
I do.
You have the topic of the week.
Yes.
Mr. Crawford, what is the topic of the week?
So, when it comes to games, which is good because we're a games podcast.
Oh, yeah.
What is more important?
That was an evil laugh. My God.
Sorry.
No, it was quite nice to listen to.
What is more important, story or gameplay?
Story.
Care to elaborate?
I hope you have some elaboration.
Well, it's one of the,
I'd love it if it was just story. Next.
Sorry. Next. Boring. Go.
Next topic.
Come on then.
That's one of the one. Bleh. When
Very
I
good.
elaborate, I just go bleh. When I one of the God. One of the main reasons I play games is for the story.
Ah, okay. So,
Everything else is just a bonus, really.
have you got any, I guess, a game that is the perfect game? Not perfect game, but a game that you love just because of its story? Any ideas?
Like when you think over the games that when you think over maybe the Xbox 360 generation, what's your game of that generation?
I think, I do have games. It's just hard to think of a specific one.
Okay.
Okay.
I hate this, like the generic. Oh, I like all of them, but it's like I can't really think off the top of my head.
Where do you stand, Lewis?
I guess I'm somewhere in the middle. Like you have sort of a scale, let's say.
Yeah.
On the one hand, you've got things that are almost purely story. I was going to bring Gone Home up as an example.
Okay.
Something that is purely pretty much story.
Yeah.
And then you have games the other side, which is just
playing into my hand here. I've prepared for this.
I know. But I've still got my secret.
Oh yeah, you have a card up your sleeve that you've told me about. Okay.
And then on the other end, you've got things that are just gameplay.
The
Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
There is a story to Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, but the gimmick isn't the story. The reason that people play it is for the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hypocrite, I did buy Metal Gear for choppy, slicey.
Yep.
I did.
Yeah. But then, I don't know. I'm
it is
very
set
much
in
the
the
middle.
Metal Gear universe, and there is a very good story behind the Metal
Yeah,
Gear.
but the fact that there's a story... What I'm suggesting here is not that there isn't a story. What I'm suggesting instead is the fact that the story isn't the headline act of it. If you build out all the bits that make Metal Gear Rising as a festival, what would top the bill is the gameplay, and the supporting act would be the story.
And
or the characters or something else.
The fact that the sorry, off topic really, but the fact that story kind of basically steamrolls the story of MGS4 always annoys me.
Yeah.
Back on topic.
Yeah.
But, I'm very much for... I mean, I love the Assassin's Creed series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of a nice mix, I think, between gameplay and story. I think it's very...
I would disagree.
Okay. But I'll get to you.
We'll get to you.
I think they're a good mix of gameplay and utter ignorance of what's come before them in the hope of making
Just because you still
gameplay.
hate AC3.
It's not my fault if they made a game that ignored all the work they'd done for 5 years.
Yeah.
Carry on.
It's very true. But I think it's because they decided that gameplay was more important.
Yeah, it's because they needed to sell copies. It makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't hold it against them. I got burned by the series. I'll come back to it. Whatever.
Because I think after... I think they might be going more towards the story, considering they're having this Templar character in the new one.
Yeah, and Rogue and Unity and...
but I'm not sure, because they did actually come out and say, what do you want from the next AC game?
Yeah.
It's it doesn't matter anymore. We're just going to make pirate simulators and
ninja
simulators and all this stuff. Yeah. It's like they've looked at it more from they're going, I think, further away from story and more towards
drop kick the book out the window.
Yeah, which is sad.
Yeah,
but I'll still buy them.
Yeah.
I don't know, Cameron. What's your take on this?
I'm gameplay all the way, 100%.
Okay.
Give me the choice, I will choose gameplay over story any day.
Okay.
For a very simple reason. Story. I personally think that video games are the most important medium we have at the minute. Sorry, film students. I study film because I study film because I'm interested in the way the media is constructed, and I have no idea how to make games. I'm capable with film, but I think that video games are the most important medium that exists because they are player controlled. Because when you're watching a movie, do you guys know about passive and active audiences?
I guess so.
I don't mean to sound patronising. I studied them as a media student. If you're a passive audience, you're sat consuming something. You're sat in front of a TV. You're sat in front of a movie screen, an IMAX screen, a theatre, whatever. You're not doing anything. If you're an active member of an audience, you are having an effect on that world. You're having an effect on the media you're consuming. So something like Big Brother is a mix of the two, where you consume most of it, but then you have a vote in it, and that changes it, and you're more in...
Like the audience of Whose Line?
Yeah. They are until the moment that they start talking, they're a passive audience. When they talk, they're an active audience.
Okay.
I think games are the most important medium because you draw people in as an active audience. When I'll take your Gone Home example. At first, the gameplay wasn't what I was there for. I was there for the story. But when I came to the end of that story and I was running up those stairs to reach the end of the gameplay because I was, caught in that emotion, caught in that tense, that wasn't a character. I wasn't watching a character run up to find the end of a story. I was running to get that diary.
I see.
When I make the decisions in The Walking Dead with Clementine, I'm not watching Clementine kill people. I'm going, I've got to kill someone. And my favourite game of the past generation, the generation just gone, was Arkham City. Because the story is good, but it's not like the best story ever told in video games. Yeah. Like, if you're ranking it on that, there's Red Dead Redemption, BioShock, there's so much above it.
Definitely.
But that was my world.
Yeah, I see.
When I got to the end of that story, and spoilers, if you haven't played Arkham City, give me about 2 minutes here and I won't spoil anything for you, just skip forward. I got to... I'm going to rant. When I got to the end of that story and watched Batman basically kill the Joker, I didn't know what to do. Because it wasn't just watching Batman kill the Joker. I just killed the Joker. And I think the thing that makes gameplay more important than story is that gameplay creates story. In something like Far Cry 3, some of the moments of that story, some of the moments of that world are made by just being there. Emergent story. It's the kind of thing that happens in Borderlands when you hear something funny. The kind of thing that happens in Far Cry when you I turned around and there was this dragon there stabbing at my feet. It's the kind of that. The story is more than just the point A to point B, 3 sections, good guy, bad guy, middle, end. It's all the world, and playing in that world is what makes the story to me.
Okay.
And I think a really interesting way to look at gameplay above story is this. If you drag video games right back to the beginning, right back to the things the iconic video games that started video games, the two that I think of straight away are Tetris and Pac-Man.
Okay.
And neither of those are driven by story. And if you think about it now, one of the biggest selling, most iconic video games that will be the Tetris of its day, that when kids grow up, when the kids playing it now grow up, they will look back on it and go, I wish I could play that game. Minecraft.
Yeah.
And there's very little story in Minecraft, but by God, I've owned that game for about a month and a bit, and I've put more time into it than I've put more time into Minecraft than my job, probably. It's for me, gameplay trumps all because gameplay creates story. I loved Desmond as a character so much, not because his story was interesting. His story was bland as hell. I loved it because I took the time to read his emails. I took the time to go around Monteriggioni. I took the time to find out this character and to develop a bond for him. developer bond for his story. And another interesting version of that is one of the most underrated games of last generation is Vanquish.
Oh, Vanquish.
Vanquish is so good because those shooting mechanics are tight. They are so tight. It's undeniable how well made that game that is. Story is drivel. The story is utter drivel. It's Michael Bay explosions, military hardware everywhere, but by God, I have put hundreds of hours into that game and I will put hundreds more because it's so good.
Very good. Very interesting.
Okay.
See, I don't know, actually. Looking at it now, I don't know, I'm still in the middle. You haven't swayed me. But
okay.
I think...
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, like, a game should have no story. It should just have gameplay.
I see what you mean.
But if you're asking me to make a hierarchy of the two, I think the thing that you should focus on... Like, with AC Unity, I'm buying that game because of gameplay.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I bought the games for story because I was drawn in by the gameplay. Now I've seen it, I'm buying it for gameplay. I don't want no story. I'm just saying that I can exist in a game without it.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I think gameplay is very different. I mean, not gameplay. Games are very different sorts of media than video and books, I guess. And in each one, you sort of have this thing where story has to be condensed, I think. In a book, you have a very pure form of story. You can write, as much as you like.
Yeah.
But when it comes to games, I think you have to be very selective, even more so than in videos, a lot of the time. Which means that it's very difficult, I think, to actually make a game that has a very complicated story. Which is why I'm very attracted to the games that do have these complicated stories.
See, I would disagree.
Okay.
But I think it depends on how you look at it.
I think the reason I think this, though, is you have games that do have a lot of story, but they become so little. I mean, it's actually kind of a feather in your hat, is that you get these games that start with... I guess do Metal Gear Solid 4. So Metal Gear Solid 4, very good game actually, but it's got something like 5 hours worth of video footage in it.
Yeah.
It's got 5 hours worth of what's the word?
Cutscenes.
And while it's really good story wise, it's like watching a movie. A lot of it, just because you're watching hours worth of stuff, and it's very. I don't know.
Can I ask you, what do you mean by complicated? What do you mean by a complicated story?
As in...
do you mean like...
If you're going for a game that's mostly gameplay, it's
easy to jump onto many of the sequels without getting bogged down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you can jump onto AC2 and still get a sense of what's actually happening.
Yeah,
whereas in something like Metal Gear, you jump into Metal Gear 2.
Yeah, I'm worried
and you're like,
about that.
what the hell's happening? Why am I on the... Who's this dude?
Yeah.
What's happening? What?
That's true.
I do want to buy Metal Gear Solid 5. I think it looks really good, but I'm
like,
so worried.
I think you'll be okay.
Like Resident Evil, kind of in the beginning, you went for it like, oh, you're this person in this house, and if you don't play... If you didn't play any of the early Resis, you play Resi 5, and like, what? Huh? What? Zombies? Viruses? What's all this nonsense?
And it's like T-viruses and G-viruses and H-viruses.
So, okay, can I ask you a question? When you say complicated story, do you mean depth?
Yeah, I guess
or do you mean like twists and turns? Because I was going to... Bioshock Infinite...
Depth.
Okay, good.
Depth.
Because I would say video games are one of the worst for portraying story in a way that they have to string it out for hours.
Oh, okay.
If you... Yeah. How many times in Bioshock Infinite could they have replaced a line of dialogue with, our princess isn't in this castle. Go to another building and find this magic MacGuffin. Yeah. Like... But the story of Bioshock Infinite is awesome.
It's a very good story, but I guess you're right in a way that it is very drawn out throughout the... I don't know. Bioshock Infinite could have been a movie. Like, that's the way I feel about it. Like... The gameplay,
and I bet you it will.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is that the gameplay kind of, I don't know. Bioshock Infinite, very good game.
Yeah,
I suggest it to anyone, but I'm not really a big fan of the gameplay when it comes to that game.
Oh, really?
It's good, but a lot of it's just sort of
standard FPS.
Shoot, bit of story. Shoot, bit of story. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. It's very. The combat's just the bit between the story.
Yeah.
But would it have had the same effect on you if you just watched it?
Not if I'd watched it, but I don't know. I think
so. Then I don't think Bioshock
could have done with
Infinite
less.
could be a movie. Yeah, it needs to be a more concise game, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think this is something where you really have to give props to indie games.
Oh yeah.
You like something like the Stanley Parable, Gone Home, something like Guacamelee, even to an extent. Papers, Please, stunning example. Like they are as long as they need to be to tell a good story. And that's awesome.
I think I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like cut you off then, but it's like I'm very much like you in terms of the gameplay and everything like that. I'm very much like Lewis, but it's just I like to know what the game is about.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's like me in Titanfall. I have no idea what it's about. Like I look at the box, I was like, oh okay. Someone like, well, what's the story in Titanfall Amori? And I'm like, I don't get it.
Oh, I hope that's the sequel. Titanfall in Balamori.
You know, I play it, but I get the thing. What's this? Why is it here? Why? What? You know, who are the militia? What the corporation? Where did the Titans come from? I'm kind of just well, it's probably me just reading too much into it. But it's just like I would like to know more, and I don't think it's giving any more apart from just mechas and explosions.
I totally see what you mean, and that is a very fair complaint to level at Titanfall. It's fairly shallow as story goes. It is kind of
don't get me wrong. I still want to play the game. I'd be going into it wanting to know.
I might actually have game time left on my laptop for it, so you could play it. Oh, you're not coming back.
No, I'm not. That's
no. You might be able to support
get
it
it
on
yourself.
yours. Have a look. Anyway, that is true.
Yeah.
But I had that worry going into Titanfall. Again, I tried it at EGX. I'm sorry to go on. We need to talk about EGX. I tried it at EGX and I was worried about that. I thought, it's just going to be... Nope, it's fun. It's like, more than anything...
I think I just need to play it again to understand.
It is very good.
In terms of the whole fun. It looks really fun.
I played quite a lot of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is that...
Yeah.
We done here?
I think we've all reached a sort of like level.
Yeah. So what's our conclusion?
Hold on, you have your
you
ace in the
had
hole.
your ace in the hole.
So my ace in the hole's kind of been already used.
What was your ace in the hole?
Well, so in the car here, we were talking about how Cameron thought that gameplay was more important than the story for having an impact in a game. But I would argue that if that was truly the case, then Assassin's Creed 3 would be a really good game in his eyes, but it isn't.
Yeah.
Because he's
whoa, hold on. Assassin's Creed 3 would be a good game because of gameplay.
Yeah, the gameplay's good.
What was your favourite bit of gameplay? Was it the combat system that didn't need to be upgraded? Was it the trees that you could run up one of four? Was it the constant glitching? Was it the fact that there were like four...
Did you not like the much more streamlined running experience?
No. When you say streamlined, it means less control. I didn't like running at trees and having him stick onto them like Velcro 1 in 4 times I tried it.
That's true. But there was a lot less jumping randomly in the wrong direction.
I liked it
really?
not having to press a load of buttons to get me to draw my sword.
But I really liked that when I was... Sorry, I don't mean to steamroll your point. I really liked that when I was playing with Ezio, if I wanted to run at a wall, I had a good enough grasp of the control system that I could do it. And maybe it's just a personal complaint that I didn't get that control system very well. That's totally fair.
I didn't like having to hold my controller in a weird way. Because they had holding that button, and then
you had to press one button.
You had to hold
bumper to go into the stance,
and
then an A to draw your weapon.
But then if you want to control your camera,
what did you play it on?
I had an Xbox controller.
See, that's interesting because you didn't. I had to hold the triggers, not the bumpers.
Was it the triggers?
I meant the triggers. But I thought that I thought that made a lot of sense.
But to control the camera, you had to hold it in a weird way because you wouldn't be able to reach it with your. You'd have to. So I used to play the game, and I would be holding it with my middle finger on the bumper.
Yeah.
No, sorry, the
trigger.
My index finger on the A button,
yeah,
and then my other finger on the my thumb. Even on the joystick, because if you held it another way, you wouldn't be able to control the camera at the same time.
I'm totally lost here. Do you not use two hands when like?
Well, yeah, but the camera's on the same side as the
same side as
wait,
as
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
but you didn't have to control the camera the whole time, so surely you could.
I felt like if I didn't control the camera, it wouldn't be controlled very well.
I get what you mean, but I think they fixed that issue later on in the games.
I went from AC2 to a little bit of Brotherhood to straight to 3. Maybe if I stopped with it for Revelations, I would have been on your
Revelations
your
is, in my
bandwagon a
theory,
bit
the
more.
best of the AC games.
Interesting.
AC2
I prefer Brotherhood.
Technically, AC2 is far above it, but I think just in terms of the way it pulled me in, Revelations is the best of them.
Okay.
I think I just wanted more of one character than the character that we got in AC3.
Yeah, that's true. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's true. So, Peter,
Yes.
do you still think story is more important than gameplay?
Upon listening to you, I think I'm more in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Lewis, are you still in the same position?
I've moved more to story. We've all changed.
Are you still in the same position?
Yeah, I guess I pretty much am.
Cool. And
I'm always more leaning towards story, though, I think.
That's interesting.
I think so.
I think I'd just like to be more immersed in it all.
He's going to attack me about this later.
Yeah, I will. Well, then I think it's time we move over to the indie game of the week. Or in this case, the indie games of the week. I'm packing two.
Oh.
I'm bringing you your indie game of the week this week. And to start, I'm going to have one of you play it.
Oh.
So the first indie game of the week is a game called Pivot.
Okay.
Now, both of these games are what would be considered casual experiences.
Okay.
Because they're not like 300-hour RPG Fallout things. But when you get into them, there is as much depth as one of those games. They're brilliant. So Pivot came out on iOS a couple of years ago. And it's come out on Steam recently. So this is Pivot. Somebody take Pivot and play it. That's Pivot.
It's not playing.
Tap it. That's how you use an iPhone. So
I think I've played this, yeah.
Pivot is developed and published by Fixed Point Productions, who were founded by Whitaker Trebella. Sir, you have a stunning name.
Yeah. Whitaker.
It's available on Steam and Humble Bundle. That's both the game and the soundtrack.
It's possible that I own it already. I just can't. I have definitely played this game.
I don't think you own it.
Played it.
You might have played it on iOS before.
Maybe. Oh, yeah,
Cool.
I think I have on Kindle.
Oh, I didn't know it was out on Kindle. That's cool.
Yeah.
It features both a single player and co-op modes with controller support, featuring Steam leaderboards and Steam trading cards, which are awesome. And basically, the idea of the game is this. You have, I assume, I don't actually have it on Steam, I have it on iOS. I assume it would control in the same way Super Hexagon is.
With the arrows?
Yeah.
I'd
You
like to
have a ball
Okay.
fixed to a pivoting point, and you have to rotate it round this pivoting point to avoid obstacles. But the further you get into the game, the more difficult the obstacles are, and the more you have to switch and change between them. It can get a bit aggravating at times,
Yeah.
but it is a really fun game. And it's see, he's enjoying it. It's really good fun. The art style is gorgeous. It came through Steam Greenlight.
Oh, yeah.
And I voted for both the games that we're doing today on Greenlight, so that's cool. That's the reason I'm talking about them. It's fairly minimalist. It's fairly cheap. I think it's $3.99 on Steam, so it's worth a go. It's totally worth a go. It's also on iOS if you don't want to buy it on Steam. It works fairly well on iOS. Instead of the arrows, you just touch either side of the screen to pivot it. Again, I assume that's how Super Hexagon plays. I've only played that on Steam, so I don't know the difference. But there you go.
Peter looks very annoyed at this game.
I am really liking it.
Yeah, it's quite good.
I can see this like you're on like an aeroplane or a train. You just want something.
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
good
It's
for
one of
car
those-
journeys.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Take it from me.
All right.
Otherwise I will, wanna,
There you go. That was
Smash
Pivot.
up. Okay.
And the second game I'm talking about today is Micron.
I don't
so-
know.
Micron.
Micron is kind of a platforming game, but it's not like it's not top down because there's not a character. It's like individual puzzle levels, if that makes sense. I can't think of something to. You own an Android phone, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you have the ball maze game that they come with?
No.
Nope. Cool. Well, it's kind of like that.
Wait, you mean like you have to tilt your phone? Is it?
It's like a marble run thing.
Like
kind
a marble labyrinth.
And you have to avoid like
Yeah, kind of.
holes and things.
But it's not about tilting. What you have instead is you have little barriers that you can place in the wall to point coloured balls where they need to go.
Okay.
And again, it sounds like a casual game. What I love about Micron is how thick it made me feel. Because I got through the first few levels, I was like, this is kind of cool, it plays well. And then it took me like 20 minutes to do a very basic puzzle. And I loved finishing it because I went, Oh! And it's really good. It's really good fun. It's developed by Apparition Games. It's available through Steam. I don't think it's on Humble Bundle at the minute, although that depends on when you're listening to this, because this is being recorded on the something of August, and as of the something of August, 25th, and as of the 25th of August, it's not available on Humble Bundle, but it may be soon. It features a single-player campaign which supports controllers, and when I say controllers, I mean all of them. It supports PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One controllers, so you have a choice. And it also features Steam Workshop and Level Editor, so that you can get
that's cool.
access to user-generated content. And
that's always good for a game.
Yeah, it means that there's always more stuff being downloaded. But it's really cool. Its art style is kind of similar to Pivot, but not in the same way. It's a bit more clinical. It's oddly deep. It doesn't feel like it should go that deep. Thanks, Lewis. It doesn't feel like it should go that deep, but it does. When you really get into the depth of the puzzles, they're really cool. So yeah, there you go. Those are the indie games of the week.
That's very good.
I
want to get
give it a
Pivot now.
You want to get Pivot? What are you going to get it on?
iPod, probably.
Steam or I?
Oh, I don't do that.
Because Steam comes with trading cards.
Trading cards.
And trading cards are awesome.
Trading cards.
Trading cards are amazing.
Should come with Pogs.
Steam Pogs.
Yeah, Steam Pogs. That'd be
Yeah.
good.
Give me your trading cards.
Give me your trading cards. So yeah, those were the indie games of the week. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So, speaking of games of the week, we are still giving away a copy. No one has claimed it. Of The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1 for Xbox 360, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to put a limit on it.
Oh.
The competition closes on the 28th.
Ooh.
Yep. The competition closes on the 28th. All you have to do to
Midnight UK time.
The question is, do you want it? I don't
Actually, it should finish midnight UK time the 27th.
Yeah.
I suppose. There you go, midnight UK time the 27th. So, all you have to do to win a copy of that game, you have to be over 18 because the game is rated an 18. I think that all you have to do to win is comment on this and tell us what your favourite thing in video games was this week. And who knows, if you are the one and only person who does it, maybe you can win a copy of The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1. So, I think we're about done here, gentlemen.
Yeah. So, what have you been playing this week?
I've had a busy week game-wise.
Yeah?
I started off with Dishonored.
Okay.
Slowly making my way through it. Really liking the game. I then I can't remember. I then picked up Titanfall on Origin, so I've been playing a lot of Titanfall. I then got inspired by the Steam weekend of Borderlands because Borderlands 2 was on a free weekend on Steam. So me and Julia played through a little bit more of the DLC.
I thought we already had it, or was that an Xbox?
Yeah, no, we did. We got Borderlands 2, loved it, decided to buy all the DLC, then we were both busy, haven't played through it a lot. So we're slowly making our way through the DLC. It's myself and my girlfriend, partner, Julia Bloomfield. So we're making our way through the DLC slowly. And then I had an idea about the Chiliad mystery, so I went on some GTA 5, did the flight school for GTA Online. I've been intermittently playing Rainbow Six, Vegas 2, and Minecraft. Okay. So I think that's 7 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, a general now or something?
I'm trying to get to Elite, and then I can never play it again. How about yourself, Lewis?
I've been playing... I've restarted Sleeping Dogs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've been really enjoying that.
Are you not going to be waiting for the fancy 60 frames HD edition?
Probably not.
No, fair enough. It's a good game.
Yeah. I've been playing other stuff. I just can't remember off the top of my head all the names.
I saw you playing Path of Exile as I was leaving to pick you up.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Cool.
It's a nice free MMO.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, it's okay actually for nothing.
Nice.
It's always nice when you can get a lot of gameplay for nothing at all.
Yeah, that's a good way to go.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Sleeping Dogs, and to be honest, I've been playing quite a few just story-based games as well. I've been playing Back to the Future Telltale game.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Is that was before The Walking Dead, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
How does that play?
It's an interesting one because Telltale have been like every game they release goes further and further away from point and click and more towards interactive story.
Yeah.
You know, so back in the first one they actually released, believe was, well, not the first, but they released Sam and Max was their like
Yeah, Sam and
first
Max.
episodic thing.
Oh, sorry, you just reminded me. I've been playing Poker Night at the Inventory as well.
Oh yeah, oh,
It's good.
nice. I think I've got that as well. I think I do.
We should have a game together.
Yeah.
I want to see your poker face.
Yeah, so Sam and Max, the first one, was very much like a point and click, and you have to collect items and use them.
Yeah.
And then it was Back to the Future, which is midway there. You know, you still got an inventory and you still got items that you need to use in certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously you've got Walking Dead, where there's no more of that. It's very much interactive story. And Wolf Among Us are the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, actually. I like the way Telltale's gone.
Have you played The Wolf Among Us?
Yeah, I completed it.
I love The Wolf.
It's very good.
It's really good.
You played it, Peter? Play it.
You
So
should.
good.
You'd really like it.
You'd like it. It's
You'd
very
like
good.
it.
Well, I'm a big fan of Fables, so it's,
Yeah,
You
it's very
should.
good.
Then
Right
it's
in my
really
alley.
like I've never heard of Fables, and I loved it. So you should.
Yeah,
play
it's
it,
really
dude.
good. Very good.
Peter, my man.
I'm still slugging through AC4.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am really enjoying it.
By the sounds of it, you're
I've really
further
got
than
in.
me. So.
Oh.
I asked you where you got to it, and you're like, "Oh, I got to this bit." And I'm like, "I don't remember this." So
It's a game I think you would like.
Really?
I think you would.
Although you probably shout
Though,
when a certain scene comes up.
Saying that, it is not really an Assassin's Creed game. I would say.
I've heard
Yeah.
that.
It's very much a pirate game, which is cool.
Yeah.
And it is a very good game, and you still do some running around. But it's not like... I think Assassin's Creed is always the city, the big buildings.
The city, and then
No.
the fat man that you have to go and kill at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I think while it's a very good game, it's the most like not urban, opposite of urban. I don't know.
sparse.
Yeah, I guess it's the most sparse of all the games.
Okay, because that was one of the big complaints about
But
it.
it's really good the way they put everything in, and it really does explain a lot for the time of where it is and how
I've read
where
this.
Edward kind of fits into it all.
I've read the story that it covers in terms of the Kenways in the modern day.
Yeah.
So I know like the spoilers for it.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that I'm gonna get AC Unity, absolutely, and I get the feeling that I'm gonna be too wrapped up in Unity to ever kind of go back to it.
Possibly.
But I think if Unity's as good as it looks, I won't mind
Mm.
because that game looks stunning.
Yeah, yeah.
So is that all we have to do?
Pretty much so.
Are we done here? Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's PAX this week, so we're looking for announcements. We'll have, hopefully, something to talk about next week from the developers of Saints Row and so on and so forth. We don't know what's coming out of there. Remember, you can win a copy of The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1 by telling us what your favourite thing in gaming this week. He has been Peter Clark.
I am indeed him.
Thank you very much, my man. See you next week. He has been Lewis Crawford.
I have no witty comments.
No, you
But
don't.
I am Lewis Crawford.
Insert witty comment here. Thank you very much, my man. And I've been Captain Cameron McCulloch-Keeble. Thank you for joining us for the past 50-ish minutes, and we will see you next week. But for this week, the game's up.